Everyone, you won't believe what just happened. All right, so basically, fuck, nigga, I just started the video with basically, which was literally like something I hate doing. I hate saying basically in general. So when I start the beginning of a video with basically, I'm like, yo, bro, like, yo, like for real, like you for real right now, like stop playing. All right. Anyways, um, today, today was absolutely fucking amazing, bro. Honestly, I'm just happy as hell because I trusted my gut. Like block out the haters. Nah, but actually though, so I just wanted to go over this 4 hour chart. This 4 hour chart is beautiful. It's like literally what I would show like any single person ever that was like looking. They were like, how do I recognize a trend break? Like, Josh, like, what's a trend break? And I'm like, listen, girl, this is a trend break. Okay, but actually though, so we had the CPI dump, which is obviously where we started our main downtrend, kind of ish, not really, but this is where I would say our swing high is. So I'm not saying this is a full technical true breakout because we do. I mean, I guess you could say it from any point. We could be like, oh my God, we haven't broken out from 480. But like, dude, we've broken out enough for me to be like, oh yeah, Giga Moon. But all right, anyways, so the volume really tells a story here. So as most of you know, on Friday, I did get low-key bagged because I started entering long a little bit too early. But I still think at the end of the day, my thesis was pretty much correct, and I did believe that we would see a pretty nice rally this week because as I did tweet out like a couple of times last week, like this is the week to buy equity. Like this is where I am starting to buy equity for like long positions. I bought some AMD. I bought some fuck, what else did I buy? I bought some Meta. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of a gamble because I don't really believe in their future outlook as a company totally, but that doesn't really matter. So those were my two main ads though, because I do kind of I kind of like it, but I also did buy a little bit of Tesla and added two more shares of SPY. So we'll see how that goes. Like if I'm feeling like the pain in the next few months, but I think they were pretty good entries. Like last week was pretty red week, and then we turned it around this week and got pretty green. So yeah, no, but this 4 hour breakout, beautiful. I was taught I don't really believe in the ICT concepts like at all, but like this is where they're just trapping the sell side liquidity because I don't want to victory lap this too hard but I wanted to say point out this tweet. Where were we? Okay, hold on, give me a sec. The momentum has officially shifted. You should be. Oh, right here. Okay, so I don't want to like victory lap this too hard, but I think we get to upper 350s, then a massive squeeze. That would be lots of fun. Look, just saying. Hey, we got to upper 350s, 357, 356 was where you probably should have been adding. I started adding at like 361. It was an awful entry, but I did end up falling asleep and got I got vol involuntarily bagged. So I ended up having to swing like a really big position that Loki had me sweating, bro. Like, anyways, let's not get into that. Um, all right. Anyways, just wanted to go over my trades for today. So I tried to keep it really simple. I had some calls that I did swing overnight yesterday, and I was warning everyone. I was like, "Yo, don't swing short. Like this is not where you want to be shorting the market." But if you did get bagged, like laid bagged or something like that, like I'm sorry, but there's always another chance. There's always another day to make money in the market, or you can lose everything, and then you probably want to jump off a building or something. But hey, that's not me because I had a great day. Just saying. Anyways, two trades today. They were pretty much right back to back. So let me switch to the 5 minute chart real quick. Um, okay, this is what I like to see. Obviously, we got a crazy gap up. I did not think we would gap up this much, but I did have my Wednesday expiry calls that I swung overnight, and those opened up like I don't know, like a couple 100%, but they ended up going like 700, 800%. I'm not sure, but I kind of sold them up here once we started consolidating the range because we didn't print any red candles. Like it was just straight up like. And it's like, why are you shorting that? Like, bro, when you see candles with this much volume, this much green volume at that, why are you shorting like candles that look like this? I'm just wondering. Like, so I did end up selling my swing once the trend broke. So this is how I would draw my trend line for that, just in case you wanted to see. And like we ended up printing the first two red candles right there. Once the trend broke, I sold my swing position. I wasn't mad about it because like I didn't think we had much more upside. Like we're almost up 3% on the day at that point, and I'm like, yo, like come on, like we need a pull at some point, right? And I think that's pretty obvious. Anyone that was up here knew that we needed a pullback at some point. But people that are playing like. What's today? Is 0 day? No, today was Tuesday. So we had 1 day contracts, but people that are playing SPX 0 days probably got fucking fried up here, and love to see it. Love to see those gamblers getting fried. But you know, just because of like all that chop in the range. But right here, I was just looking for this ascending. I don't know if you call it ascending wedge. I don't really pay attention to patterns. I just use my lines. You guys know that. So right here, I was just waiting for this basically this neckline, whatever you want to call it, to break. And so right here, this is where I knew I saw this like this huge red volume, and this is where I kind of knew we weren't gonna make a new high a day, but we did get pretty close. Like I'll give you that. Like I mean, that was just my like interpretation of the situation based on volume. Obviously, volume is very arbitrary and it all depends on your perspective and what you're trading. But right here is where I realized that we were going down for sure. So I was already scaling into a little bit short just because I saw like this momentum right here was starting to point downward after the consolidation in the range, and it looked like we weren't going to make a new high day. So I started scaling into these 375p. This was my first entry, and it actually. Um, I'm trying to remember, was it right here? I forgot exactly where it was, but it was like around like right here, like in the candle, and then obviously it started dumping like crazy, so that was nice. Um, but right here, so my target was actually VWAP, just keeping it simple. Like I try to make things as simple as possible for myself when I'm going throughout the day, just to keep my mental in check, because this is this is stressful. It's a stressful job, hobby, whatever you want to call it. Like depends on what it is to you, obviously, but I treat it as a job. Like that's real money I'm playing with. So there's like no way I want to be making like mistakes, over trading, blah blah blah. So 3 trades a day. It was pretty clean. This dump was pretty clean. So but this red volume right here is what made me stay in the trade. Like even though we were getting like this choppy consolidation, like normally like we could reverse right there, but I was like, okay, gotta trust the volume right here. And then we eventually did get my VWAP target, and we got in right here. But and I sold everything right here. So this was my first sell, and then this was my second sell, like down at VWAP. So that was a pretty good trade. Solid. Yep, 215, and then final sell was at 260. So, that's I'm not thinking about percentages very well right now. 60, 50 something percent. Whatever. That's besides the point. You're here to look at the price action, analyze it with me, and we're here to have sex. Anyways, so right here, this was pretty much the most important sequence of the day, in my opinion. For a beginning trader that wants to understand volume and see how things work in the stock market, like right here, this was the most important sequence of the day. You can see from the volume, we got massive, massive volume in these candles right here, and it was actually greater volume than when we had like our dump reversal right there. So this signals to me that at least you should be getting out of your short positions when you see volume like this come in, especially if the candle is the opposite color of what you are doing or whatever side you're on. But the goal of the stock market for market makers is to make as much money as possible, right? And obviously, to do that, you need to bag as many retail traders as you possibly can. And hey, having the edge on those people is what's gonna get you back. Like everyone's like all these people on my Twitter feed are like, oh my God, Giga Dump, like oh, this is such a fake pump. Like, bro, like, oh, this pump is so fake, man. I just lost my mom's money. Like, dude, like stock market don't give a fuck about what you're saying, bro. Like, I'm sorry. But right here, we got the reversal candles that I was looking for. We got huge, like engulfing volume, and it's painted a better picture, like in my opinion, on the 15 minutes. So when we go over here, we the like this is a crazy wick. Like this is the craziest bear trap you'll see. It's a really nice looking candle, obviously, and that kind of cued to me like a reversal, right? And obviously, no candlestick pattern is foolproof, but this is what I was looking at, and we got the consolidation in this range right here. And this doesn't make me want to sell out, just because I was already scaling in under VWAP, and like again, like what I was saying before, like most people are gonna want us like the bears are wanting, or they're like, oh my God, VWAP got melted through. Like, no, like you can still like have a full candle. There's different time frames, whatever. You get what I'm saying. But like right here, this is where I thought about selling, so I sold like a little bit of my position. I'm not gonna lie. So this was supposed to be my take profit one, so 40% off, but I actually ended up selling some right here just because I did get a little bit nervous just because of consolidation. I thought we might get a knife back down, but we ended up going back up, and I sold more of my position up here. And then I left runners throughout the day, and right here and right here, these long wicks down, these long dumpy candles, is where I thought or no, this is where it was back close to my entry, and I thought about adding more like to my call position. I really did, because just because we were holding above VWAP so well, and the fact that uh this wick is crazy, like, but it's so low volume, you know what I mean? And you can tell from each candle where the buying pressure came in, and this buying pressure clearly came in at the end of the candle before like right at the end of the candle to trap some bears going into close. And we got a beautiful close, went and touched 378 at the end of the day, and I sold out of my position at 120. So that was over 100% trade, and that was like a killer trade just because only two trades today, and yeah, it's like it's brilliant, like when you get like two back-to-back 3% days, like that's fucking nuts, bro. Like maybe COVID people saw that, like when they had like the rally or whatever, but I've never seen that. So that was pretty amazing. And yeah, I mean, if you guys have any questions, just send me a DM or anything like that. But had an awesome trading day today, and it was just so smooth and easy if you're willing to just take that time and be patient. But yeah, all right.